now that we have trustable data and we have set our North Star and we have our tracking events set up, the last point you need to do is to create the reports that makes your data actionable. So how do you do this? This is actually not Facebook Analytics. This is just the Facebook Ads Manager that gets data from Facebook Analytics and shows it for advertisers. But there is a real Facebook Analytics beneath. This is, maybe you saw the little sneak peek video where I had a little 10-minute walkthrough. If you haven't seen that and you just want to get a little walkthrough Facebook Analytics, I published that like a week ago on LinkedIn and Facebook, and you can just see me run you through the most important reports. But let me show you my favorites here during the meetup. So Facebook Analytics, this is a demo account, and if you click on any of the images or type in this URL, you can also access this demo account so you can get a feel of what Facebook can give you. So if you download the free slides, just click on that link and check it out. Here we see, just like Google Analytics, who of you has been using Google Analytics in the past? Yeah, so some of you. So it's very similar. The biggest difference between Facebook and Google is that Facebook always thinks in unique users. Everybody gets their Facebook ID sent with every single event. On any device you're on, if you did it 9 months ago or yesterday, or you switched from iOS to Android, Facebook still knows. Google does not. You need to massage Google a lot and agree to a lot of data privacy agreements to get the user ID tracking that is comparable to what's happening on Facebook. Yeah, so this is the biggest unique difference, and especially for B2B, very interesting because it takes so much time for the purchase to actually be realized. So in this case, we look at the last 28 days. We got a cool 120 million people on our website, and 56 were new, and after a week 17% showed back up again. But that's not all coming from the Facebook pixel. Now, as you can see, this is called the demo event source group. An event source group is one of the most fascinating things about Facebook Analytics. You can plug in all kinds of data and see how people moved from your Instagram account to your website to your mobile app. And since it's always the same user ID, it's very easy for Facebook to track it. Yeah, across multiple platforms. This is hard. This is so hard, especially for like this beauty case. This is interesting. Why as the lifestyle entrepreneur, not with a lifestyle product, why you should care about this is because most of your competitors are not doing this. And you get the advantage that I showed in the first example. They see the click, you see the cost per acquisition and the customer lifetime value. Yeah? So it's worth spending the weekend. You need to understand this. Yeah? So in this demo account, we have Instagram, a Facebook web pixel, and a demo app. They all come together, and these are the 120 million that have been touched. Also, Instagram users, a data source that we're usually not getting. So,
there's another question.
There's another question. Sure.
Can I identify unique users from clicks in a Google retarget group via Facebook using the Facebook Pixel Tag Manager?
So, I interpret the question like this. Can I, for example, retarget people from a Google ad on Facebook? Yeah? Can I recognize that they are coming from Google? Yes, you can. You can. Facebook recognizes what the traffic source was, what the medium of the traffic source was, and you can simply say, oh, create people, as an audience of people who have been to my website, who have come from Google, who have come from email. I hope that answers your question. So it's absolutely possible. Do you think I answered it right?
Yeah, he said yes.
Okay, cool. It goes the other way around as well. You can retarget anybody with Google stuff that has been on your page through Facebook. And not setting up both is just leaving a whole lot of money on the table. So Facebook Analytics can do fun graphs like this. This is by far one of my favorite slides here because this is so hard to get done in Google Analytics. This is a funnel metric of everybody who ever liked any post on this Instagram account and then went to the website, which are 14% of people. I think that is huge. That 40% of people in this case that liked any post on Instagram actually moved their ass to the website. Fantastic. Then another 12% of those added something to the cart, and 36%, which is also normal, then actually bought something. And these are not total add to carts. These are add to carts done by a single user. Yeah, so again, Facebook thinks in users, not in total amount of events. Sure.
If there's only the in-app traffic, like if you swipe up on a story, or is it also if a user watches the story but then opens Safari and then goes to the website?
So the question is it only when it happens within the app? No, it can be cross-platform, cross-device, because the user ID is always transferred. Yeah, so that's the big magic here. Yeah, and this is why, of course, the privacy guys are worried about it. Yeah, but let's use this beautiful time we're in at the moment. Let's see how long this lasts. Yeah, just get going now so you can still dial down later again. So that is fantastic to see. You can replace this with Facebook engagement. You can just ignore the whole engagement and just check out your website. That is what I usually do. How many people landed on the website? How many added to cart? How many checked out? And you can very easily see, where do I lose most of my people? Yeah, if you look at the treasure map, that is where your biggest constraint is. If you can build a funnel view like that through the tracking events that you set up, you can answer that question. Where do I lose most of my people? Where I shouldn't lose them. It is absolutely normal to lose 60 to 70% at the checkout. It's just life. People needing to put in payment data on their phone is just not cool. Yeah? Or they decide not to do it, or they actually need to pay now. That is normal. Yeah, but you can optimize this to a certain point where you get diminishing returns, and then you can focus on the next constraint. And always ask yourself, what is my biggest constraint? And then just hammer on that. Use the analytics to see, did I make progress week over week? Did my product changes make a difference? Did my landing page and campaign and ad changes do anything? Imagine how much time and money this can save you. So, another great report. And I mentioned already that retention is in my opinion, the hardest game. This graph is called here, the retention graph within Facebook Analytics shows you how many people came in on July the 2nd to July the 7th. So 7 days, 9 million people came in, very nice business. And 100 people were there in week 1. Yeah, that is natural, they just came there for the first one. How many people come back the next week? 17, and then 14, 10, 13. 11. You can see this cohort, those are always the same people, and you can see how they are slowly diminishing. But depending on how fast they're diminishing, that's the sign of the quality of your product and how long the retention time of your customers is. Most businesses look like this, dead. Yeah, they come once, they don't leave. To get them to stay here and then to stick around for a long time, this doesn't go down. After 6 weeks, people are hooked on that product. They just stay there. And I've lost 90%, but I have now 10% of all the people that came in are now loyal customers of mine. And I can rely on them staying around, and my overall active user base can increase. And then I make changes in my app or my website, and now I want to know how did that affect the new cohort of people that are coming in. This is so hard to do on a spreadsheet you wouldn't believe. But these tools just have it ready for you as a click of a button. You can not only choose page use, but you can ask for how long did it people to purchase the first time, the second time, and all those questions that you might care about. Yes, so getting a good retention graph is key here. And last one, the last slide to show you from the Facebook ads. This is maybe from the business point of view the most important one. We can, since Facebook has your user ID, yeah, and you always purchase and are somehow connected to Facebook, realize that you did not only buy once. And especially in e-commerce, you always ask yourself, can I afford to spend 20% cost per acquisition for my product price? Yeah, and you're willing to do this. But what if you knew that your first purchase is worth 36 bucks? But if you just waited for 12 weeks, it's 56 euro per user on average. Yeah, like 80% more. Wouldn't you suddenly be willing to spend 35% of initial cost per acquisition? Wouldn't that make you be able to outspend your competitors who are only willing to spend 20%? Because you know you make the money back. But you have to be sure that you make the money back. Otherwise, the chips go through your hand really quick. Yeah? That is very easily done through the customer lifetime value tab. And that one really sucks in Google, but it's amazing here. Or if you love to do some SQL in your database. Those are the best sources I know. Your database and this wonderful graph. It does not even need to be the exact true amount, but the amount it increases, the percentage, that has correlated 99% in all cases to the truth. Yeah. So let's say the real initial price is 50, not 36. Yeah, the initial purchase, because Facebook tracking is not optimal. You can still rely on the 80% increase over time, where you land at 90 euro. Yeah. So this is really, to me, I love this. Yeah. To be able to see how the customer lifetime value increases, and again by cohorts. So if you do new experiments, new retention experiments, you can see how did that affect my customer lifetime value. I'm loving this stuff. Sorry that I get so excited about this geeky stuff. Yeah. So that's it. What I wanted to show you, and the lesson for me here is only the data that actually leads you to do something about it, that is actionable, is worth anything. Just tracking for tracking's sake, just don't do it. It's not worth your time. Yeah. So create the reports that can actually tell you, this is where I need to spend my money, this is where I need to save my money, or my time.